Hey guys, what's up? Today we have a new device and we are going to be looking at its overview. This is the Maonocaster G1 Neo. It retails for about 3,800 rupees on Amazon. I just got this and we look at what controls we have. Looking from the top, we have a bunch of controls here and I'll just give you a visual overview of the device. This is from the top and this is at the back of the device, and we have this nice light running through the device. And one cool thing at the back is that there is a screw for mounting it on a device. So yep, that's about the overview of the device. Now let's look at its key functions. Now for the inputs, I'll maybe walk through the inputs and outputs and then come to the controls so that it will be more relevant. So talking about the inputs, so the first one is the traditional XLR combi jack, where one can connect either an XLR mic or a TS mic, I guess, or either that or a headset mic, as we can see on the headset icon, which is what I'm using right now. I've connected my Apple earphones here with the mic, and that's the mic through which I'm talking as of now. We have an aux in to feed in an aux secondary track or whatever. We have a headphone port to monitor ourselves, and we have an output to output the entire mix either to a speaker or another device for streaming and such. And this device also acts as an audio interface. So I've right now connected this via USB-C, as you can see here, to my phone through which I'm capturing this video. This phone is a Samsung Galaxy S22. I've connected it via USB-C, and so all of the output of this audio is getting recorded onto the camera. I'm using the default camera app, so it's quite interesting. And this device does not come with a power supply, so my phone is also able to supply power to this, and that's how all of this is getting lighted up and things like that. But should one want to explicitly supply power, that can also be done via this DC 5 volt USB-C port, and just take the output of the mix to some speaker or wherever they want to. That can also be done, and this is just the power button that needs to be turned on in any of the cases. It doesn't turn on by default. I think it's a good thing. So that's about it on the inputs and outputs. So keeping that in mind, now if we look at the controls, it will make more sense. This first channel strip, should we call it, is for the microphone. So let's say we connected a XLR mic. The first thing we would want to control is the gain, right? So here is where we control the gain of the mic. It's clearly written here, gain. So that's how much of the signal from the mic do we want, and the volume at which we want to hear it is what is controlled by the volume slider here. It's not exact, but that's totally fine, I guess. So, and as you can see, it lights up every time we speak. It picks up a signal, and there is a mute switch. If I'm going to hit mute, you cannot hear. As you heard or did not hear, my voice got cut off when I hit the mute switch. And if someone is using a 48 volt condenser mic that needs phantom power, then we also have the capability for that. I still haven't tried it. I'll try it out soon. But yeah, that's about the input. One thing to remember is that I'm not using any of those complex connections here, so I'm just using a good old headset with mic. So in this case, none of this gain or this volume knob is relevant, because it doesn't just take effect. That's about it. So that's just something to remember. I'm going to see if my voice gets cut off if I turn. Yeah, it does. So I think the gain has no effect, but this volume slider maybe has an effect. I'll get to know if I once I finish recording and look at the hear it back this video. So we'll find out that anyway. And all of this is getting recorded live onto the default camera app as I'm speaking, which is the intent of this device. So I'll tell you what my use case will be after we discuss this. So the next thing we have is the second channel strip, if you will. So we have the mute switch for that, and we have the volume slider, and there are three ways to use this or to connect to this. The first one being the Bluetooth. I've paired my old phone with this via Bluetooth. That's why it is showing up in a steady blue connection. So the moment I turn on Bluetooth, it will start blinking and show itself as an available device. So it's just straightforward as always. Need to connect it, and once connected, the volume of that track can be controlled from here, and of course on the device itself. So the other way is to feed in a traditional aux cable. Just to remind, we have this aux input. So let's say I were to connect audio into this from my, say, laptop or something, using a TRS to TRS cable. That will also come in and can be controlled by this. So we can use both. That's really cool. Like, I can connect a device via Bluetooth, get audio from there. I can connect my laptop, get audio from there. And the third layer is this loop back. So if I turn this on, you see this loop back. So loop is something that goes and comes back. So what this means is that I've currently connected my phone to this device, right? So what if I wanted to play music off my phone, like this phone from which I'm recording, and also wanted to capture it on the camera? That can also be done, but by default it doesn't happen. We need to use special apps like the Open Camera, which does a great job. I've tested it, it does work. So in essence, we have four inputs: one for the microphone, and one via Bluetooth, one via aux in, and one via loopback. I'm not sure if I'd ever use all of those at the same time. My use case is quite simple. I have this mic input. I'm going to play a backing track from a secondary device and be done with it. That's about it. So the interesting part here is that I usually make covers, and if I play a backing track, and when I play the flute, if it is too dry, I might want to add some effect to it. So I don't want to go through the process of sending the audio and then mixing it, adding reverb to it, and then syncing it with the video and things like that. So to make the workflow easier, we have this reverb here. As I increase it, you can hear it in action. So that way you have, this is at max, this is quite huge. I'm going to turn it back down. So that way, with just a toggle of this knob, I can increase the reverb and still have the backing track and find a good balance between both the tracks here. And that way I have a decent mix, and I take off the processing off of the devices and just send it back to this video. So right now I'm capturing the video, as you can see. So if I were to use the front facing camera and then record myself playing, that will happen for sure. So I don't have to sync the audio and video later on and things like that. It saves so much time, and I don't even need the computer to do that. I can do all of it on the phone. And if someday I live stream, I can use the same setup and live stream it. No complexities involved. So it's as simple as that. So that's what I really like about this device. And in terms of quality, we need to hear. I'm hoping for the purposes of streaming and once in a while recordings, it's totally okay. It's not going to be studio grade and things like that, but it's totally fine, I guess. So yeah, that's how we would use these inputs. Now coming to the other knob. So right now, since I've connected my headset with mic, this also has the capability of sending back the audio to my earphones when I turn on the direct monitoring on. So this is so convenient. I just have one cable or one headphones which has the mic and also the headset, so I can hear the audio and also speak through this. and via Bluetooth I can play the music track, which I'll show in a bit. And I can do that, and I'm going to turn off loop back. That's how you turn on and turn off the loop back. So you just press and hold, it's going to turn off. And so the volume of the headphones is going to be controlled by this, and this I guess also controls the ultimate output volume that goes out of the mixer. So I'm right now getting the audio out of this here, and also via this. Since this is an interface, this analog to digital conversion is happening, and as I'm recording, it's getting recorded. The audio, I mean, is getting recorded onto the video as well. So that's how the audio is routed. The same output can also be taken out from these two places, one being the headphone out and this out, but there is a difference. So when I use the headphone out and things like that, every time I press these knobs, it gives me an audio message saying monitoring on, monitoring off, voice change on, and things like that. So if we are performing live, we wouldn't want the audience to hear all of that, so we need to use this out. So that's what is going to give us the ultimate output of this entire recording or mix, if you will. So having said that, that's what the monitoring direct monitor does. Now coming back to these knobs, so we have this voice changer. That's exactly what it says, it's going to change the voice. There are 4 presets, I'll quickly run through them.
This is the female voice. This takes a second to enable that. So that's just how that sounds.
This is a male voice. It sounds nice. I wish I had such a deep voice, but I need to work on it. For now, I'm going to change the preset.
This is a baby voice. I'm just gonna skip to the next preset.
This is the robot voice. I am a big fan of this voice. It sounds like one of those bad guys from the sci-fi movies. So yeah, that's that. Kids will love this. I'm going to set it back to the default voice for now.
Now we're back to the default voice. So yeah, getting back to this, this is the noise reducer. So as you can hear, you have a lot of ambient noise in my surrounding. That's because it's just the nature of where I'm sitting and things like that. So if I were to use this, I'm not a big fan of this, but it does a good job of cutting the noise off, but it also seems to cut off my voice. So there are 2 levels, one is the low and the other is the high. I'm going to enable each of those and speak for a bit so that you can hear, and before that I'll keep quiet so that you can hear the ambient noise. So yeah, this is at low noise cancellation. As you can hear, the background noise is completely cut off, but my voice might also be cut off for a bit. I'm going to, and remember this is at low, I'm going to set it to high. This is at high noise cancellation. I'm not sure how that sounds, but we'll listen to it once the video is done. So that's just it, but it's too restrictive in my opinion when I hear it during using the direct monitoring. I'm just going to turn it off. Uh, yeah, so this is the default mode. That's just how it's sounding, a lot of background noise and such. So those are the knobs. Quickly going through the rest, these are 4 pads where if you touch and hold that, you'll have the capability of uh, recording a 10-second clip and reusing it when you want to. So I'm just going to quickly do one of those, and this is going to be fun. Hi everyone, this is a test recording. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I guess that didn't work because I've never used it. Let me try again. So I guess I need to hold it and yeah, I think it did record, but I didn't speak anything. So we'll just move on, or maybe let me give it another shot. Right now, I guess it's getting recorded. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Right now, I guess it's getting recorded. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So yeah, there you go. I think you just need to, when you tap it for the first time, it gets recorded, and if you tap and hold it, it gets deleted. I guess I'm gonna try this quickly on this pad. Hi. Oh no, that's just not the way it works. I'm gonna go through the manual and see, but I guess I'm not going to use it anyway, and I've deleted this clip. I know that this is how we delete the clip. So yeah, now it's recording again. We'll move on quickly. So these 4 pads are for that. So if someone is podcasting and things like that, it's going to be handy, like a cheer, laugh, clap, and applause and things like that. The next one is the RGB. It's exactly what it says. We have these RGB strips and lights. It's going to go through that. I'm quickly going to toggle through the modes. It's going to cycle through all those colors, breathing modes, and ultimately we'll have an option to turn it off like so, and then the default. I like this default one because in the low light it looks really awesome. So those are the controls as far as I know. This is the one side chain. It's quite interesting. So when we have a backing track, and when we tend to speak over the track might subdue the voice. So sidechain automatically subdues the track and emphasizes the voice. Every time the voice, I speak, as the music plays, the music is going to go down, and when I stop speaking, the music will come back up. I'll show it in action right now. Right now I've connected my phone via Bluetooth, so I'm going to quickly pull up a track and play it here so that we can see it in action. So as you can see, I'm going to set it at a decent level.
I feel the gravity pull and it keeps me away. I would rather be here lonely in space.
So right now I haven't enabled sidechain, so both of us are competing. My voice and the music are competing for the space. So I'm just gonna enable sidechain.
I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all.
So as I speak, you find no difference right now, but the moment I enable sidechain, so right now I've enabled sidechain. As you can see, the moment I started speaking, it brought down the music immediately, but if I take a 2-second pause, it's going to come back up like so. And you need to be very fast in speaking because the sidechain is quite aggressive. If you think for a bit, the music will come back up. It doesn't let you think, I guess. So that's just how it works, but I really love this feature. Not that I use it, but I like to have it. Makes me improve my speed of speaking. So yeah, that's how sidechain works. I'm going to bring this down back up, and as you can see, this is the track that's playing, and so no copyright. It's Rank and NCT Free Fall. That's the track. The other interesting thing is we have the mute switch, so I can mute either myself or the music or both. I'm going to do all of that. I'll keep quiet but mute the music to start with. So the music got cut off. I'm going to bring it back up or unmute it. This time I'll mute myself and let the music play for a bit. I think that'll be good.
I wanna free fall into nothing.
So yeah, that's how I'm back. So this is like a really cool podcast slash ambience kind of thing. I can also increase the reverb as I speak. So I'm side chaining the track and also subduing it using side chain. I also have reverb on my thing. So if someone is emceeing and things like that, just imagine we had a huge stage and people are there out. We can route this output to the big speakers in the arena, and once in a while as the music plays, we can mute the microphone like so. And then when we need to speak, we can enable the sidechain and things like that. That's a cool use case. So my use case is to be able to use this to play a flute. I intend to play the flute and have a backing track like so to make covers and shoot a video and just be done with it. There are a lot of possibilities in this. So one interesting thing that I also wanted to show and I've tried is the use of a wireless mic, right? So these days wireless mics are the thing, but they've moved on to USB-C ports and also lightning ports. But I happen to have a mic that has a TRRS input, so I'll just show what my thought process is. So this is a mic, a wireless mic. I have a pair of wireless mics. So these two typically act as transmitters, and this is a receiver. It has a TRRS jack, as you can see. So what I would do is I'll take this and connect it over here in place of where I have my headset, and then turn it on and turn on my mic. So that way I'll be sending audio wirelessly to this, so which is good. And if I had a good quality wireless mic and a clip, I might even clip it to the flute and then add some reverb, so that way I don't have to rely on positioning my flute close to the mic and things like that. So that way it will really help. But it's a trade-off. I either do that and then have a separate headset connected to monitor myself, or I better use this current setup and use a single connection to both monitor myself and also play the flute. So I haven't tried out, I just got this device, so I'll try it out sometime and see what works best. But that's a possibility that can be done, a wireless mic and a wireless backing track. If you don't want to monitor, then that's great. You're like ears free, I should say, hands free. So there are no cables, nothing. You just have this device, you place your phone via this USB-C cable and you're done. That's about it. So that's another interesting use case. So I think I've pretty much covered whatever I could understand about this device in this little time that I've had it. Looking forward to using it in the coming days. I'm quite impressed with this one for the price at which it is being sold for. It's a great value for money, I'd say. I'm not sure about the build quality, longevity and things like that. So I guess that's fine for the price. So if it lasts for a bit, that should be okay. So I look forward to doing more covers with this in the future. Hope you like this video. Cheers.